What's up everyone? Today is an important day, because the phone in my hand it's Huawei P30 Pro, and since I've been using it for several days, I'm ready to tell you everything about this phone, all its features, good or bad. Let's start it. And I want to start with the box and equipment. In the box we had the smartphone itself, in our case in Aurora blue color, with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of internal storage. Beside the phone in the box we had the Type-C headphones, USB Type-C cable and the charging brick with maximum 40W power that can charge the phone up to 70% just in 30 minutes. But returning to phone. Overall design on the P30 Pro is sleek and curved. Metal frame on the side is very thin, so the phone feels comfortable in hands, and the flat tops and bottoms make the phone looks more interesting and definitely not strange. But what looks strange is the 4 camera on the back, especially a huge periscopic zoom lens, but I will return to cameras later. Important thing, there is IP68 water protection, but lack of headphone jack. Instead, it has dual SIM card tray with nano SD memory card. For those who don't know, this is a proprietary format of memory cards from Huawei. I can't understand why the company ditched the speaker on the top. Instead, it used technology which transmits sounds from the smartphone straight into the ear. Company calls technology acoustic displays, but the quality is bad and far from other standard speakers. This is especially true for maximum volume. It's enough for quiet place, but sure not enough for noisy place such as streets or subway. And plus to everything, the vibration are a bit annoying. Beside this, there is no stereo sound. The multimedia speaker just one and it located under the bottom. But the sound quality, at least as for one speaker, is good. It's loud and the sound is clear. The screen itself is 6.47 inches OLED panel with Full HD Plus resolution. And as for me, it's great. It has good color accuracy, excellent brightness and contrast, and supporting HDR10. But in compared to the Galaxy S10 Plus, I can't say which panel is better, because both of these phones has a great displays. Like a Galaxy, the P30 Pro has an in-display fingerprint reader, but its usual capacitive sensor, instead ultrasonic in Samsung. In one side it's not so secured, but on the other side you can use any type of screen protectors. The scanner itself had the same level of the speed and read accuracy as the other smartphones with the same type of sensor. And the company decided not to experiment with different type of display cutouts as the Samsung did, and the P30 Pro has a teardrop style notch. This means that it's just a front-facing camera and doesn't have additional sensor for more security face unlock. But the face unlock itself works great, fast and accurate even in difficult light condition. But my biggest complaints about this phone was associated with its hardware, because this phone worked on previous year chip Kirin 980, and despite the 7nm tech process, the powerful Cortex A76 cores and a lot of other technologies, it's still not so good as new Snapdragon 855. But when it comes to a regular everyday using, it doesn't bother me, because phone works great, everything smooth and fast, even the games run on highest graphics setting without any lags, so I forget about it and enjoy the performance. And I was kinda impressed by the battery life. The 4200 mAh is enough at least for 2 days of active using, maybe even more if you are not a smartphone maniac, which I am. Beside this, as I said earlier, there is a 40W fast charging, wireless charging, and just like in Mate 20 Pro or the Galaxy S10, the P30 Pro has a reverse wireless charging function. But what didn't surprise me, that is the software part of the device, because the EMUI interface that runs on the top of the Android 9 is almost the same as before, apart from some new features. For example, new gestures that look so familiar to what we have in Xiaomi's MIUI, and the dark mode, which is so necessary for all its screens. As always, the EMUI has a lot of useful features, but the design looks kinda dated in comparison to the stock Android or even One UI from Samsung. But forget everything I said before, because main point of P30 Pro is cameras. The whole phone built around cameras. But guys, if you want to know more about cameras in P30 Pro and see in comparison to other flagship phones, click on the pop-up banner on the top right corner or find a link in the video description below. And now I will make just a quick overview of these camera capabilities. The P30 Pro has 4 cameras on the back. The main one is 40 megapixel, the second, super wide angle, has 20 megapixel, the third, super zoom, has 8 megapixel, and fourth is 3D time of flight model. The main and zoom lenses has optical image stabilization, and the front-facing camera has huge 32 megapixel model. So the overall photo quality is very solid. No matter day or night, you will capture great photos. with good dynamic range and high level of details. It also applies to a super wide angle and selfie cameras. And impressive telephoto lenses has 3 different types of zoom: 5 times optical zoom, 10 times hybrid zoom, and 50 times digital zoom. I don't want to say anything, just look on these shots. And finally, video. The phone still don't have 60 frames per second, but the overall quality is much better than before, especially stabilization, and you can switch between super wide angle and telephoto lenses during recording. And again, if you want to know how good or bad this new Huawei in comparison to other flagship devices, click on the pop-up banner on the top right corner or find a link in the video description below. So I guess I tell you everything about new P30 Pro, and now it's time to sum up. As for me, this is not a revolution, but a huge step forward, especially in photo quality. And I mean its huge zoom capabilities. But the price of these features is not small. The phone will cost around 1000 euros. It's almost the same level as Galaxy S10 or iPhone XS. But worth it or not, it's always up to you. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, leave a comments below, subscribe to our channel, and might Android be with you.